This is WLOX News Now at 6. Your news starts right now.
I'm calling to let you know that Biloxi High is currently on lockdown, but all Biloxi High School students are currently safe.
A reported shooting near a school puts officials on high alert and students at 3 schools on lockdown. The lockdown for students at Biloxi High School, Biloxi Junior High, and North Bay Elementary School lifted at the end of the school day. Biloxi police telling us a man with what they now believe is a self-inflicted gunshot wound is the one who entered Biloxi High School asking for help. Principal Marcus Boudreau says school officials took quick action after the 20-year-old said he had been shot while sitting in his car at the A.J. Holloway Sportsplex.
We just finished our lunch period, and we had an adult male that came in and said that he was shot off of our campus. It wasn't a Biloxi High School student. So we went on lockdown as a precautionary measure just because we didn't know any details. We didn't know where he had been shot or what the facts were, so we wanted to make sure our students were safe. So we went through our procedures and our protocol, and we went to lockdown.
As you heard just moments ago, the school district used its phone system to notify parents immediately after it happened. Police recovered the weapon, and the man was transported to a hospital for medical attention. New at 6. The Jackson County Sheriff's Department says this man, James Lavelle Wally, is facing a sexual battery charge after a woman accused him of sexually assaulting her while she was being transported in an ambulance. Authorities say Wally was the paramedic attending to the victim while she was being transported by ASAP ambulance services from George County to Singing River Hospital last month. The woman reported the assault when she arrived at Singing River Hospital. Evidence was collected and then sent on to the crime lab. According to officials, Wally was put on administrative leave. He has bonded out of jail. The sheriff's office says the case will go to a grand jury. Chevron officials are releasing new details after a contract worker at the Pascagoula refinery fell to his death last night. Taryn Reed is live in Pascagoula tonight with more.
That's right. Officials say Albert Lee Bird II was working inside a processing facility, inside a processing unit inside that plant when he fell. It happened around 7:30 last night. Chevron emergency officials rushed to help Bird, calling him an ambulance. Bird was a contract worker for Performance Contractors, Inc. Chevron officials wouldn't elaborate on what type of work Bird was doing, but say the Bird family is in their thoughts and prayers.
Chevron and our partner contractors like Performance work hard every day to make sure our employees are in a safe working environment and can go home to their families each and every day, and that didn't happen last night. So we're committed to making sure we fully investigate this matter, learn from this matter to make sure we avoid something like this from happening in the future, and in the interim, the Bird family remains in our thoughts and prayers.
Now, representatives with OSHA arrived this morning. They tell me that crews are on site investigating the scene and inspecting. They say it could take up to 6 months before that report is complete. Reporting live in Pascagoula, Taryn Reed, WLOX News Now.
Right now, law enforcement officials from across the state are joining together here in South Mississippi. It's all for a continuing training into the partnership between law enforcement and Crime Stoppers. The organization has worked with police and sheriff's departments for years to help solve crimes. Anonymous tips can be given through the organization to help develop cases.
By them calling in a tip and helping us solve these cases, it's a big help to us because without Crime Stoppers, a lot of our cases wouldn't be solved.
We know that anytime we get community involvement, that we are not only keeping our community safe, but we're also sending a message to the criminals that not only law enforcement are out there watching out over the community, but we have citizens doing the same thing.
This annual training lasts through Friday morning at IP.
Now, WLOX First Alert Weather.
All right, finally, that cool front made its way through South Mississippi. So today, not feeling as muggy as it has been over the past few days. Check out our temperatures, 76 in Gulfport, 78 in Pascagoula, a nice cool 71 in Poplarville. Looking at the big map here, noticing that cold front finally made its through Louisiana and Mississippi, but still Florida still dealing with the heat. Look at that, still 92 in Jacksonville. So Sorry, Florida, you're going to have to continue with the heat. Looking at the Live Neighborhood Network reporting stations, we got 76 in Waveland at the Silver Slipper Casino, and Biloxi we're coming in at 75. Pascagoula at the Navigator Credit Union 79. The radar is clear this evening, not dealing with any showers, and a beautiful evening setting up on the IP Casino Resort Spa Tower cam in Biloxi over Back Bay, and looking over the sound on the Mississippi Power Tower cam at the Beau Rivage looks pretty nice as well. We'll have a complete breakdown of the forecast in just a little bit.
Mississippi Search and Rescue Task Force demobilized from Florida today. The team left for the Sunshine State last week to help with swift water rescues and post-Hurricane Michael search and recovery. First responders from all coastal counties were part of the team, who partnered with task forces from Louisiana and Florida in the Panama City area. They were scheduled to leave Florida a few hours ago, so members should be returning home tonight. Right now, Moss Point Police Department is collecting supplies to provide relief in Bay County, Florida, after Hurricane Michael's destruction. As Mike Lacey reports, the drive is being coordinated by someone who knows the area and the people very well.
Different because every day there's somebody posting something.
Sergeant Lanson Shipman with the Moss Point Police Department is on his phone a lot. He can't believe the damage to the area in which he once served.
Some of the areas that I worked in for years, knew like the back of my hand, I don't even recognize it now. And the pictures they were showing me, I can't tell you where they were even at.
Shipman served as a deputy with the Bay County Sheriff's Office in Panama City until 2007.
These guys are my brothers. I mean, I've done a lot of things with these guys and worked many years with them. So yeah, I was concerned with them.
Shipman is now organizing a collection drive for the department. The items include clothes to over-the-counter medications.
All of the items collected will be going to anyone who needs it, but the focus is on first responders. And Sergeant Shipman is finding that it's hard to do that because even though they need the items, they don't ask for them.
They're hurting bad. They're victims just like everybody else, but they kind of got to put their stuff to the side and keep moving through things. For the most part, they don't want to put themselves before anybody else.
But he says the devastation is hard to ignore.
They've seen their house, but they can't do nothing with it. They're working 16-hour days, and they're sleeping at the station or sleeping at a friend's house that actually has a roof. Most of their houses got the roof stripped off of them.
Shipman says officers are asking for energy drinks to keep up with demand, and he says he's had one other request.
They told me, man, we would really like to have some gum.
In Moss Point, Mike Lacey, WLOX News Now.
The collection will end October 24th. Supplies will be delivered sometime after that. You can deliver items during business hours at the Public Safety Complex on Bellevue Avenue. For a list of suggested items, check out this story on our website, WLOX.com. You can drop off storm relief donations at LN Hyundai in Gulfport. They are accepting water, cleaning supplies, gloves, box fans, utility knives rather, and Walmart gift cards. The dealership is located on Pass Road in Gulfport, and you are able to stop and make your donations Monday through Saturday from 9 in the morning till 6 p.m. You can find a donation site near you by going to WLOX.com, clicking on the gray bar at the top of the screen. Well, she doesn't hesitate to step up to a new challenge, new and next tonight. This sports superstar and well-rounded student inspiring others with her skills and smarts.
The news for South Mississippi continues. WLOX News Now at 6.
Sponsored in high definition exclusively by MGCCC. Gulf Coast Through Life at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College.
Being a two-sport athlete, a 4.0 student, and a percussionist is all in a day's work for Stone County High School senior Chloe King. As Bill Snyder shows us, this week's scholar athlete is not one to shy away from several different challenges.
Very few high school students can march to the beat of Chloe King's drum. When we say the Stone High senior is involved in and excels in everything, it's not an exaggeration. First, Chloe's passion, being in the band as her drum section's leader.
When I was in middle school, I wanted to play flute or clarinet, either one. And I just ended up, they test us on all the instruments, and I ended up doing well on percussion, and it was kind of just like, I didn't really think about it. I just decided I'll do percussion, and I've loved it ever since. I've just always loved music, and it's always been a real passion of mine. So I knew for sure I wanted to be in the band, and ever since I joined the band, I've been doing as much as I possibly could with it, done honor bands, all that type of stuff, because I just love it.
The reason is it just makes good sense.
Chloe and the Stone High Band are also loving the fact that they received all superior ratings at a recent competition. They're now headed to the state contest. She also found out some more good news last weekend on the academic front.
I took the ACT this past, I was a junior, it was in February, I think, and I got a 33 on it. I was real happy about that. It gets you full tuition at Ole Miss, so I was good with that score.
King also likes to help the Tomcats soccer team score goals on the pitch. When she's not playing soccer, Chloe trades in the shin guards for a batting helmet on the softball team.
They're really different sports. Soccer is a lot more action, you know, like at one time it's more tiring, I would say, and softball is more of like a mind game.
Mind games don't seem to cloud Chloe's judgment these days, if you consider she's a student with a 4.0 GPA that plays 2 sports and the drums and sings at church with her sister. In Stone County, Bill Snyder, WLOX News Now.
Wow, Chloe also says she plans to apply for honors college at Ole Miss and hopefully be in the band. Tomorrow, WLOX News Now will help celebrate 80 years of Ingalls Shipbuilding. Make sure and tune in to all our newscasts Thursday, starting with Good Morning Mississippi for plenty of information highlighting the exciting anniversary of the state's largest private manufacturer. Ingalls employs more than 11,000 people. We will broadcast our 4 and 5 o'clock news shows live from the flight deck of a ship at Ingalls.
Sounds very exciting. Let's take a look at the marine forecast for tonight. Your forecast is after the break.
Now, WLOX First Alert Weather with meteorologist Eric Johnson.
All right, well, that first group you saw there, that was River Oaks Elementary School. We had a great talk about weather today. And that second group, that was at the Kroc Center at Jawan Jordan's Broadcasting School. And that was a really fun group to talk to about weather as well. And a great day to do it because finally it felt nice out there. Look at that, 76 degrees on the Hancock, Whitney Bank, Tower Cam, and Gulfport. Northeast winds at 9 miles per hour and looking towards the north. Clear sky. So finally we started to clear out after a very sort of a dreary start this morning. Now tomorrow we start off in the lower 60s, maybe a few upper 50s north of I-10. And as we head towards the afternoon hours, we're only going to tap out into the upper 70s to low 80s with a little bit of a northeast breeze anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's what it looks like on Futurecast tomorrow morning. Temperatures in the mid 60s along the coast. And as we go further inland, notice, or at least throughout the afternoon by noon, we're looking at temperatures in the mid 70s, so that'll feel nice. Then by 3 o'clock, we'll top out into the upper 70s to low 80s. And for the most part, tomorrow is a dry day. Perhaps tomorrow will be the nicest day that we will see over the next few days, especially as we head towards the evening hours. All right, so here's what's going to happen as we go into tomorrow, high temperatures, low 80s, but we start to see those temperatures climb back up again. The humidity begins to return as we go into Friday and Saturday. They were watching another stronger cold front that will make its way through Saturday night into Sunday. That's going to knock our temperatures down the beginning of the week. Then we start to see that moisture begin to return as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Here's what it looks like on the long range futurecast here. Saturday looks like we could be looking at some scattered showers and noticing some showers and thunderstorms along that cold front. Then Saturday night into Sunday, cold front comes on through. We could be looking at some areas in the lower 50s by Monday morning across South Mississippi. But then as we go into next week, noticing all that moisture starts to return as we go into the Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. So again, we really got a roller coaster of a forecast pattern over the next few days. Noticing tomorrow or Friday and Saturday, a few hit and miss scattered showers and thunderstorms ahead of that next front. We start to dry out a little bit for Sunday and Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, ahead of our next system, we start to see that moisture begin to return. Looking at the tropics, well, nothing really going on. We are finally quiet across the Atlantic Basin, which is definitely some good news, and I wish we could look at that map like that more often. Looking at the 7-day forecast as we go into tomorrow, again, A nice, beautiful day. We start to see that moisture begin to return as we go into Friday and Saturday. Another front that'll knock our high temperatures down into the 70s by Sunday.
Can't wait.
It'll be nice.
And I think I speak for everybody.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
There's a few out there that don't like it, but you know.
I want names.
We'll work on that.
Thanks, Eric. Exploring opportunities in energy, offering students a chance to see what could be in store after earning a diploma.
Tonight at 6:30.
After a controversial performance, the future of the Forest Hill Band is uncertain. Band members open up about the incident tonight.
On WLOX News Now.
High school students all across the coast had an opportunity today to explore careers in energy. Mississippi Power hosted its annual Blacks in Energy Awareness Month, or BEAM. Desiree Duncan explains the importance behind the event.
Alexa, play techno radio on Pandora.
From smart technology to environmental affairs to storm restoration, these students are learning there are dozens of different careers in energy.
It shows us that there are more opportunities at Mississippi Power than just being electricians, and I'm interested in learning about other opportunities as the day goes on.
The goal of the Blacks in Energy Awareness Month event is to give minority students a new perspective of the energy industry. Mississippi Power partners with the Gulf Coast chapter of the American Association of Blacks in Energy to host the event each year.
A lot of students don't understand that the energy industry is an opportunity, so this is our way of partnering with ABE to introduce the energy industry to these students.
Anything that would be in a normal, company, we also have that as well. So we want to make sure we have a good pipeline of minority candidates that, can fill these these positions that we have now and in the future.
Past Christian High senior Jalen Anderson's dream job is to be a lobbyist. She says she now realizes how even that career can go hand in hand with the energy industry.
If it's going to be in my platform, I want to know it. So that's why I'm here today, because the energy field and science and energy is just one of the biggest things that are it's so politicized.
She says the event has been eye-opening.
As a female and also as an African-American woman, that it's very important that we get these kind of fields out there, to know that there is certainly a lot more out there, to put a lot more opportunities.
Opportunities that Mississippi Power hopes students will one day explore with them. In Gulfport, Desiree Duncan, WLOX News Now.
Students also learned more about personal development skills and scholarships. The event coincides with the state's Careers in Energy Week. Edward Corley now gearing up for a big journey to an American Idol judge city. Corley's musical talents won him the title of Gulf Coast Idol last night after the final round of competing at IP Resort. The Hattiesburg native stopped by the studio today to talk with us about his upcoming plans and the genre of music he likes to perform.
I'm more of in the genre that is called neo soul. It's a newer soul stylized way of singing, similar to that of John Legend. Very comfortable, and it's just something I'm into.
Katie Jones also winning big last night. She took home $2,500 after she was named the fan favorite. Campaigning on the coast in the final weeks before the election, candidates making final pushes to get those votes.
Tonight at 10.
Help your fellow man and teach those that are coming up under you.
Tonight, we introduce you to a man who has helped shape Ingalls Shipyard into what it is today.
Tonight at 10.
U.S. Senate candidates making stops in South Mississippi. Next tonight on WLOX News Now at 6:30, State Senator Chris McDaniel speaking with voters on the coast weeks before the election. Flip over to WLOX CBS to hear what he has to say just after the forecast, which is a lead into you, Eric Johnson.
For me?
Yeah, it's all yours.
I thought you were just telling me how you wanted to do the forecast. How you've done everything but weather, right?
No. Well,
have you done weather before?
When I grow up, I do want to be a weatherman.
Well, here's your chance. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. Give everybody the forecast.
Well, tomorrow's beautiful. First of all, a high of 81. I can live with that. Look at that low of 63. Can you believe that? Is there a hint of fall in the air or what? Suddenly a chance of rain Friday, and That goes up a little bit Saturday and into the weekend. Temperatures moderating. Couldn't get much better than that.
Well, I think you did a pretty good job there.
Why'd you do that to me?
Because we have a lot of time and they're telling us to stretch, basically.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We have so much time. But anyway, look at the 7-day forecast again if you want. We got temperatures in the upper 70s for highs as we go into next week. So that's really going to be nice. So that's the thing I'm looking forward to. But rain chances return by the middle of next week.
I'm going to do the weather at 6:30.
Please do.